Spoken Case Studies by Mr. Eden. In Paper 1, on the Development Dynamics section, you will need to know a case study of one emerging country in terms of how it is managing to develop. Your case study is India in Southern Asia. Location and context. India is an emerging country. It has the second largest population in the world and it is still growing at 1.3 billion. It was a British colony until 1947 and it now has a democratic government. It has a rich and diverse cultural background and is renowned for Bollywood films. It has a beautiful and varied landscape. There are mountains, deserts, great plains, and a large coastline in India, which also means it is great for tourism. The coastline has also allowed development of ports, such as that at Mumbai, which increases trade. Key statistics. In 1990, the GDP in trillion dollars was 0.3. This has increased to 2.1 in 2015. Its GNI, gross national income, per capita in dollars, so that is the average income per person, was only $390 in 1990, and it is now $1,600 in 2015. It has a medium HDI, Human Development Index, of 0.61. Within India, there are large inequalities. There are some very wealthy people, but majority are still very poor. Economic sectors have changed through development. Primary and secondary industry employs 69% of the population, but actually contributes less than half of the gross domestic product, GDP. Tertiary and quaternary industries have grown rapidly, accounting for 45% of the GDP. In 1990, India's main exports were low-value manufactured goods such as clothing, as well as tea. Its main imports were manufactured goods, for example machinery and chemicals. By 2015, this has changed. Its main exports are now high-valued manufactured goods such as machinery, and its main imports are crude oil for transport and industry within India. Global influence. India and the USA used to have a poor relationship but is now improving. USA expects to increase trade with India, and there should be employment and economic growth within both countries. And India could be a huge market for renewable and nuclear energy. India and the EU. They have a good relationship and they became strategic partners in 2004. There is a free trade agreement which was established in 2007. And the EU supports health and education programs within India. Globalization and government policy. Over 50% of Indians now own a mobile phone, allowing more to set up their own small businesses, giving a larger income. There are 12 major ports, 20 international airports, extensive rail network carrying 8 billion passengers a year, and 3 million tons of freight per day. It is now easier to transport goods, and therefore trade increases, and multinational companies, or TNCs, have invested in India. Large TNCs include Microsoft, Nokia and Coca-Cola, who have outsourced some of their manufacturing and IT to India. This has brought jobs, great income from taxes, and the latest technology and business practices to India. Indian policies. In 1991, India received $2.2 billion in aid in exchange for government reducing extra taxes on imported goods. In 2009, primary education became free and compulsory. Rail and transport networks are being upgraded, and foreign direct investment, FDI, is popular from countries such as Singapore, Japan, and the USA. Foreign companies are buying land, buildings, or parts of companies within India.